This show is sponsored by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out the Facebook page, Alicia's Pillows and Things, where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. Check out the pillows and stools of your favorite sports teams. Maybe you want a set of your kid's favorite cartoon or movie character. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to ngscsports.com and go to the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage to complete your order. It makes a great gift for Christmas at an affordable price. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
Don't you love when it does it?
Yeah.
Actually didn't do it to me tonight. Shocker.
The funniest part was it would do like update 1 of 1, and then he would quit, and then it would pop back up, and it would say starting. Then it would go update 1 of 1, quit, start again, update. Oh my god,
Jesus Christ,
that was fun.
I aim for fun, my friend.
Almost as fun as Cuba Martinique.
You damn right about that.
It's the gold cup. It's the goldest of cups, and it's gold.
Is it made of real gold?
Probably not.
Exactly. That's what really disappoints me, is it's not real gold.
Because they could probably afford it.
Yeah, but you got to give those FIFA kickback.
Ah, yes, of course. Of course you do.
We have to have apartments for cats.
So, I know there's not a ton we'll talk about tonight, but did you, I saw a little bit of it, but did you see the Scotland-Argentina Women's World Cup match? Craziness.
I did not. I heard some about it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to scheduling, I've only seen about 30 minutes of Women's World Cup action.
Yeah.
Which means, of course, I only got to see like half of the United States goals so far. There's all they do is scores.
It's true. That's true. Although the Chile, I think it was Chile. Is that who they played? Yeah, their keeper was really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Held the backups to 3. So.
Apparently, she is like really good. Apparently, she plays for I think PSG's women's team.
Yeah.
And she's really good. But I was like, oh, well then.
Hope Solo of all people was giving her mad props.
Oh well, if Hope's giving you props.
Apparently, I did have to put a comment on Hope Solo's Facebook post.
Oh really?
Well, I mean, it was nothing anti-Hope Solo. As we well know, I love Hope Solo.
It's true.
I mean, I've had a thing for Hope Solo for a very long time. and the crazier and meaner she got, the more I loved it. Anyway, it was something that apparently some people have been like trying to petition to make the goal smaller for the women's game.
What?
Like to help the goalkeepers, because apparently the goalkeepers just aren't good enough for that big goal. So, I went on there and, because I am a feminist at heart, as we know.
Of course.
And I said, that's ridiculous. I'm paraphrasing myself as usual because I can't ever remember what I actually say in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, that's ridiculous. There's only one keeper in the world that needs a smaller goal. And that's Jordan Pickford and his T-Rex arms.
That's true.
Go Divock.
I guess we'll get started here in just a second. It looks like the Chelsea women's team manager was the one that brought this up. that maybe they should shrink it down a little bit. Okay.
Only for Pickford.
Yeah, only for Pickford. We'll get to Pickford a little bit later on because Arlo White brought up some good stuff about him today, which will tie into nice things. As we start episode 267 of the A Foreign Affair podcast, back live here. My name is Edward Green, and as always, I'm joined by my call in crime, Wes Bradshaw. There you go. We're going to have a fun episode for you guys this week. We're going to do some quick updates of the Women's World Cup, the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and the Copa America down in Brazil. We'll have a little bit of news and notes, including one story, which I'm sure Wes is just so excited to talk about. Just
dying for it.
He can't wait. He texted me about it. I was about to put it on the docket, and literally as I'm going to save it, I get the text from Wes about it. I'm like, this will be a fun one. I can't wait. So we'll definitely be doing that. And of course, we'll hit the Watch 4 and the So Elite Raw as that continues to improve for one side. As always, the podcast is presented by NGSC Sports at ngscsports.com. We never stop. As well as Alicia's Pillows and Things. If you need your body pillows draped in the logo of your favorite baseball, basketball, or football team, go check out Alicia's Pillows and Things on Facebook. Maybe you need that delicious Toronto Raptors ottoman that the world is now craving.
No, Drake bought them all.
Yeah, I was just about to make a Drake joke. Hey guys, real quick, just want to let you know we had some audio technical difficulties tonight, so just got to come back and fill in this gap. Really want to also thank the Ultimate Sports Channel for sponsoring us as well. We did talk about Group A of the Women's World Cup. That got lost, so I guess let's just head over to Group B. Yay! Alright, so with that, let's head over to Group B, which does have all three of its teams scheduled to go through. Germany, sort of their most impressive performance of the tournament so far, although again against one of the bottom teams, as they beat South Africa 4-0. Spain and China draw 0-0, which sets them both at 4 points. Spain will be going through as second due to their goal differential of +1. Spain's only victory coming in a 3-1 win over South Africa. And again, because we keep that United States spin coming through, Wes, again, Spain will be the team that the United States will be matching up with first if, again, big if, the United States does manage to win or draw Sweden, because, I mean, the United States is 10 up in goal differential. Thanks, Thailand. So this will be the team that the United States most likely will be taking on in their march to a second straight World Cup. And it looks like so far Spain may be not the toughest of opponents, even though they do have maybe sort of that big name recognition from the men's side a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, as Maradona would say,
It's a great Maradona impression.
Spain it's a country on the women's side that they are improving, but just nowhere near the level of what they're. And I mean, that's how a lot of them are here.
Sure.
And thankfully for the United States, our women are nowhere near the level of.
Yeah.
Because then why would we want
in the opposite direction. Wes, did it? There you go.
Yeah. It's kind of my thing. I'm just dropping the U.S. into every single group.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's quickly head to Group C, where maybe the biggest surprise of the tournament so far, and that is coming from down under, Australia. They're going to advance as the 2 seed out of this group, thanks to a big 3-2 comeback victory over Brazil. Thanks in part to a Brazil own goal from Monica in the 66th minute of that match. And then Australia beats Jamaica 4-1 in their final to go through as the second seed. Brazil does beat Italy 1-0 thanks to a penalty from Marta in the 74th minute, and a game that Brazil really dominated, which means Group C had 3 teams on 6 points, and due to goal differential, and then for Australia and Brazil, goals scored, Australia does finish as the 2 seed. Italy finishes as the 1, and Brazil, again, a strong team, although they are getting a little older, still a very formidable team with still one of the best players in the world in Marta on their squad, coming through as the 3 seed. Australia, having that late Italian goal in their first game after they played such great defense, coming back from that, very impressive. Speaking of women's teams that are a little better than the men's equivalent. But this was a very strong group. But West Brazil dropping that match to Australia could put them in a bit of a pickle going forward, depending on where things shake out. But definitely one of the surprises of the knockout stage so far.
Well, definitely, and Marta with her latest goal, she does set the record for most goals ever scored in a World Cup at 17. You can kind of take this how you want to. When they're saying this record, they're covering both the men's and women's World Cup. And yes, clearly we're comparing apples and oranges here. Mm-hmm. So, but whatever. They can say how they want. Obviously, Mark, the all-time greats of this game. Mm-hmm. 17 goals. Miroslav Klose with 16 on the men's side. That's the record of those tournaments. But Marta is not the powerhouse that she has been at previous incarnations of this tournament. Christiane actually scored the treble, scored the hat trick when Brazil beat Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Marta is dealing with some injuries at this point.
Both over 33.
That's right. She's older. It's what it is. Mm-hmm. This is an older Brazil squad. They're kind of maybe on their. You've got to imagine this is the last run of this core group, mm-hmm. And they've done great. But end of the day, Australia is fantastic. Once again, that's one of those countries sometimes people overlook because of you want to compare them to the men's team, the Socceroos. Well, their ladies are really, really good. Mm-hmm. They're always one of the top teams in the world. So it wasn't a huge shock. Mm-hmm. But maybe just a little more of a shock to see Brazil possibly being on the outside looking in.
Yeah, they will be advancing. Their spot is guaranteed with the 6 points they have earned. But it was dicey. And hey, for a minute there, when they were drawing Italy 0-0, and they were only going to be on 4 points potentially, or God forbid Italy scored and Brazil finished the group with 3, it would have been very dicey for them to go forward. But with 6 points, they will be going through definitely. Yeah.
And topping that group. Let's finish out that group stories. Italy tops the group. This is one who, much like Spain, their women were seriously behind where the men were. Mm-hmm. And they have come through and now, won a group.
Yeah, and that's
awesome for the Italians. It's awesome for European football to continue that. And then we've got to throw love out to Jamaica. If you know the story of the Jamaican team, everybody knows the story of the Jamaican bobsled team. This ain't far off. Basically, Bob Marley's daughter has bankrolled and funded this entire project.
I didn't know that.
Oh, it's a great story. She is headed up basically the entire. I don't even know if they call it the Jamaican FA.
No.
But she's basically bankrolled and done everything to get this squad to basically put together the squad and then get them here. And for them scoring that one goal here in the tournament. Mm-hmm. That was a huge victory for that team going forward, and hopefully that project in Jamaica going forward. So, got to show our love to Jamaicans, And just if you do get a chance, check out that story. It's an awesome, awesome story.
Awesome. Well, I gotta.
Anything Bob Marley's connected to, I mean, it's great.
Very true. One interesting thing to note as we transfer into Group C, Wes talking about the European contingent. The European contingent, very strong so far in this World Cup. As things stand right now, and we have played 3 matches in A, B, and C, 2 matches in D, E, and F. European teams are the top of the table as many spots as they can take in every group except D, where Scotland is currently 4th, and in F, where Sweden is.
But that's it. In D, I mean, England is.
Yes. Those. Yeah, these are the only 2 teams that are not sitting as high as up as they could be. Where because Spain finished 2nd in Group B, but they finished 2nd to Germany, who is also a European team.
Exactly.
So the only ones are Scotland, who are currently 4th in D, and Sweden, who's currently tied for 1st with the United States. Everywhere else, Europeans are topping the charts. And England, as Wes did mention, the 3 Lionesses, they have 9 points after a bit of a nervy win today against Japan. Ellen White gets the brace in this one. That's her 3rd goal of the tournament. Or 2nd and 3rd goal, I should say. They clear the group, though, with 9 points. Japan, even with the loss, will finish 2nd on 4 points. And Argentina, don't cry for me, Argentina, says Scotland. Coming back, an insane comeback, down 3-0, scoring 3 goals in the final 15 minutes plus stoppage time, including a 94th minute penalty, which was retaken because Scotland's keeper came off the line early, according to VAR, after making an initial, not just one penalty save, but a penalty save back to the initial taker, and then saves her follow-up shot as well. But that was nullified due to her coming off the line early. Argentina would then convert their 2nd chance on the penalty to get it to 3-3, knocking out Scotland with the draw.
Things change. We talk about the men's and the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. The Scottish finding a way to fuck it up. That is just evergreen.
One of my favorite people to follow on Twitter, at JJ Bull. He is a writer for the Telegraph over in England. He is of Scottish descent, and as Scotland was, I believe it was when it was 3-1, he tweeted out that people in the newsroom were like kind of teasing him a little bit and being like, Scotland, and he's like, oh, don't worry, they'll find a way to not win this match. Sure enough, that's what happened, but just crazy.
He thought he had a defense mechanism, but all he did was actually predict what would happen.
Yeah. Another crazy moment in this match that people have been talking about a little bit. One of Scotland's subs tried to come on late, and while she was tagging in, the referee was allowing a free kick to happen. Like, as she you can see her literally running on the pitch and screaming, "Hey, what are you doing? Let me get out there, please." So this was maybe not a great officiated match. But Wes, one of the things to come up from this is the talk of VAR, and this is where we can bring up Arlo White, because Arlo White mentioned Jordan Pickford on Twitter after his saves. After his saves against Colombia in last year's World Cup penalty shootout, one of the rule changes that have come out is that a keeper has to keep at least 1 foot on the line while the shot is being taken. And it looks like what Pickford has started to do is keep 1 foot on the line, start 1 foot behind it, and then when he knows which way he's gonna dive, he puts the foot that's behind the line forward and uses the foot that's on line to push off, so he can still get that sort of angle and distance off the line within the rules. So to all you keepers out there, go study Jordan Pickford, not just for his T-Rex arms. he also has apparently figured out how to actually save a penalty under the new rules. But one of the other things, and this can be a broader talking point, Wes, the subject of VAR has come up once again, and it seems like this is heading for a disastrous and ignominious end, which is sad because it seems like VAR is still a necessity. It's just being implemented so poorly at nearly every level that people just hate it.
Oh yeah, nobody has a freaking clue what they're doing with that. Just wait till it comes to the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of weeks at this point, because no one really pays that much attention to the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, just get ready for every single time it goes against someone.
Mm-hmm.
It will be, and I will be so guilty of this when it goes against Liverpool. I'm totally going to blame them just for hating us.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going ahead and just throwing it out there. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a freaking disaster. And you know what, Ed? Deliciously waiting for it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, it's going to be magnificent.
Oh, it's going to be a shit show.
I mean, this is. It's almost like it's a really good idea, but nobody can truly just get it right.
Yeah, which is bizarre. You'd think
it should not be this hard.
I mean, like, we know that sometimes the NFL, like, they have weird things where it's like, what is a catch? But other than that, their instant replay seems to work pretty well. Major League Baseball seems to work pretty well. It's kind of shocking that soccer really hasn't gotten the hang of this yet.
No, soccer cannot figure it out to save their lives.
Or their sport, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. There's still time. Hey, there's how many weeks till the Premier League? Oh God.
Jesus Christ! Help me. Jesus, help me.
Quickly, we'll head over to Group E. Another European team is atop the group. Netherlands do have 6 points. However, the Canadians, Canada, are riding high after that Raptors win. And of course, Canada, in all seriousness, a very strong women's team as well. They also have 6 points thanks to their 2-0 win over New Zealand, as well as the earlier 1-0 win over Cameroon. Netherlands and Canada will play each other in the final match to see who can go through. Right now, Netherlands with the advantage in goals scored, as both do have a +3 GD.
Real quick, I would love to thank the Canadians for apologizing for the Americans for scoring so many goals.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking care of that for us, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Because we're Americans. We don't apologize for fucking people up.
It's true. Cameroon and New Zealand will be facing off in that final match to see potentially if one of them does go through as another third place team. But there's going to need to be a win in that match for one of them to go through. Similarly,
Netherlands look really good so far.
Yeah, and Canada very, very strong as well. So that's another big matchup coming. That is probably happening as you listen to this pod, as Wes mentioned. And then to finish off with Group F, Sweden and the United States will play to break their deadlock with each at 6 points. And, of course, the United States, again, with a massive lead in goal differential. Thailand and Chile will also be squaring off, both of them on 0 points. One of them, again, with a win, could potentially go through. Because right now, Argentina is the third place team. Yes, follow that. So if Cameroon or Chile or Thailand or New Zealand manage a win, there is a good chance that they will actually go through as well. So, but Wes, all eyes on that United States-Sweden match. Again, vengeance for what happened back in the Olympics in 2016, and of course also a hotly contested match in the World Cup in 2015. So two big-time programs, as we like to say in college football, going at it on tomorrow. And if the United States wants to be taken, this to me is the real first test. Because it's like Thailand, Chile, If the United States comes out and looks impressive versus Sweden, I think that That is the first official notice that no, we're here to fuck shit up and win this tournament.
Damn right. Damn right we are.
Damn right. So.
That's all I gotta say. I've taught USA tonight. We're kicking ass. We're taking name.
There you go.
We're throwing over the banner, the red, white, and blue. You don't like it? Try to beat us.
Well, that is what Sweden will try to do, and we'll see if they succeed. First off,
Didn't work for you.
looking at the knockout stage right now, the only matchup that has been confirmed will be the first one on the docket, and that is Norway versus Australia in the round of 16. Everyone else still has their matchup left to be determined. We do know, again, if the United States wins or draws their match, they will be playing Spain. If they do lose to Sweden, they will be taking on the runners-up from Group E, which is the loser of Netherlands versus Canada. So there is a potential USA-Canada rematch. I don't
wouldn't mind putting an ass whooping on Canada for us putting an ass whooping on.
And I will say right now,
Just go with this bad boy.
I'll say right now, maybe potentially on that would put them on the easier side of the bracket. I don't know. Japan and Germany is on that side, as well as Italy, but then England, France, and Spain on the other. I don't know. But I mean, when you're the best team in the world, doesn't matter. So United States will be looking to march on and advance into the knockout stage as the number 1 seed. So
another reason for watching Captain America. Just damn American. I'm wearing my Stars and Stripes tank top right now, Ed. I'm 100% America right now. Hope Solo, let's go make a baby.
That's America's ass. All right, to the Gold Cup. Yay. Right now, hey, Martinique, they beat Cuba 3-0. Good job, guys. Martinique, yay. So Martinique have their first 3 points of the group after getting destroyed by Canada 4-0 in their first matchup. Currently, I just got an update. Mexico just scored against Canada, so that is a 1-0 lead for them. Mexico would be taking a stranglehold of the group with a win against Canada there. And back in the Gold Cup now, top 2 teams advance. Third place gets nothing. So that's how that one's shaken out. Over in Group B, Costa Rica with a win over Nicaragua 4-0. As well as a Haiti win over Bermuda 2-1, sets those 2 teams up at the top of Group B with 3 points apiece.
Right, folks, you just hold on to your seats for all this high drama, high powered action you're seeing in the Gold Cup.
I don't know why we're not trying to go to this Gold Cup action in Charlotte in a couple days. Oh man,
One reason is because you said it. That's the first I've even heard of it.
yes, Canada.
Now into the Gold Cup I've been this year.
Group A will be taking place. Their final matches in Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. So yeah. Group C, Jamaica won their first match in a close one against Honduras 3-2. El Salvador beat Curacao 1-0 thanks to a goal by, I assume, Bobby Bonilla's son, Nelson Bonilla. So El Salvador and Jamaica with 3 points apiece. That's a joke for no one. And then Group D, the United States. Hey, United States, they actually won a match again. This, of course, it's the men, so that is actually cause for celebration.
Good game. High five.
Yeah, good game, good effort. They beat Guyana, so
Yeah.
cool. 4-0. Still playing Michael Bradley. Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody else sucks, but
hey, Christian Pulisic played though. That's the thing. And hey, Tyler Boyd looks pretty good. So
it's against the mighty Guyana.
yeah.
The mighty Guyana.
Yes, the United States will be looking to exert some demons as they also have to play Panama and Trinidad and Tobago. Again, don't see how this is fair. And their match is coming up here So we'll see if the United States can keep the good times rolling. If the United States does win their group, still very far away from that, they would be playing the runner-up from Group C, which could be like Jamaica or El Salvador or maybe even Honduras. We don't know. So wouldn't have to face Mexico or Costa Rica until a potential final. So that's good, I guess.
I mean, basically the Gold Cup is set up every year for the United States and Mexico to be in the final.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of what it is.
Oh, man. That good times. Good times, United States. Hey, it'll be good. We can talk a little Copa America. That's...
No, Copa, I'm down with Copa.
Hey, here we go, then.
Shit, Neymar's hurt. I'm so down.
Yeah. Wait, why didn't this match get played? Did this match not get played? Oh, this match is being played literally right now.
Yeah.
This Brazil-Venezuela match. Or am I crazy? Why does it say the 18th? Oh God! Oh no! That's a draw. Never mind. We're good. Everything's fine, everybody.
Help him, Jesus, help him.
Hey, you texted me. Brazil, the host country, they started things off in their Group A. In this Copa America tournament featuring notable South American stalwarts Qatar and Japan.
Totally. I'm all in on South American Japan.
Yeah. Love.
Because no one knows tacos like the Japanese.
Well, I love pandering to Qatar. It's great. But hey, Brazil started things off right with a 3-0 victory over Bolivia. Philip Coutinho with the penalty in the 50th minute, and then in the sliding doors, what could have been teammates still, but no longer, as Roberto Firmino set him up with a cross in the box that Coutinho headed home in a brief reunion of former Liverpool players.
Did you enjoy the
yes,
the meme that I sent you?
it's a great one.
Shut up, Roberto.
Oh, poor Phil. Poor Phil.
And then of course, Alisson
Yes.
Becker, the greatest goalkeeper ever known to man, and probably the second best looking man ever behind Thor. Is of course in the goal for Brazil, and is as amazing as ever.
Biggest news of this one is that Brazil finds ways to win despite playing a man named Everton. So that's really good. That's very impressive. It's easily Everton's biggest win of the year. So
That's the first time that Everton's ever been on.
Oh man. So anyway, Brazil actually drew with Venezuela in their next match 0-0. Peru beat Bolivia 3.
And isn't that what I think VAR took two? I think, or did it take all 3 goals away from them?
I think it was at least 2.
I know they took 2 goals away from them.
So hey, VAR's the best. And with Peru's win over Bolivia 3-1, both Brazil and Peru have 4 points. Venezuela have 2. This is another tournament where third place can go through. So Brazil is guaranteed at least to go through third. But they meet up with Peru in a match to determine the group stage winner. So that will be big on the 22nd. Colombia being a little strong in this one. They've won both their matches thanks to Duovon Zapata, as he has come through with some big goals for them, beating Argentina 2-0 in their opening match, also thanks to a goal from Roger Martinez, and then beating Qatar 1-0. That is what it is, I guess. But hey, Argentina then also needing a Lionel Messi penalty to just draw Paraguay. And it seems like every year, Wes, this Argentina team is just getting worse and worse. Currently sitting, thanks to goal differential, in 4th place in the group with just 1 point. They actually kind of need a little bit of help to get through. But this Colombia team looking really good. This Argentina team, literally outside of Lionel Messi, just not so much.
And you take into the fact that, now, of course, they still have a match to play with each other. Right now, Argentina are looking Qatar.
Yeah.
The team is horrible outside of Messi once again.
Hey, that
as always, Argentina, they have players.
They got Lo Celso.
And they have a freaking horrendous manager who's like never managed it. And you put him in what is like twilight of the Messi reign, where you should be doing everything in your freaking power right now as Argentina to try to win, to help Messi win something.
Mm-hmm.
Messi's international career is going to go down as a what-if 20 team, basically.
Yeah.
You know, what if they could have gotten over the line over Germany? But
Nope. So they will need to get a pretty good result against Qatar.
Good news.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo is pulling for Argentina.
Hey.
And his friend Lionel.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Over in Group C, the team that knocked out Argentina in the final.
Group C has my predicted winner, by the way.
Oh boy, let's get to this. Chile with a 4-0 victory over Japan. Alexis Sanchez scored for, I believe, the first time in 2 years, so that's good. Back on national team duty, everything's good. And hey,
Those goals out of your system.
Yeah. And Uruguay also big winners over Ecuador 4-0 in their first match, thanks to a pair of goals, or a goal each from Cavani and Suarez. Hey, Suarez finding the back of the net again. That's good. But Chile and Uruguay leading a very strong top two in this group through at least the first match. They'll meet up in the final match of this group. They still have an extra match to play. But Wes, tell us then which, I assume, of these two teams is your favorite to win the tournament?
I'm picking Uruguay.
Oh boy.
Very strong at the back. Obviously, two elite strikers up front. An emerging midfield. Young, hungry, emerging midfield. With the issues that the bigger two teams are seeing in this tournament in Brazil and Argentina. I think it's a great chance for Uruguay to go and pull it out and win this tournament.
Nice.
And I think it will be awesome for their national careers. Suarez and oh God, I've forgotten my big man up front. Cavani.
Yeah.
I think it would just be huge for those two to go out and get that. Got Diego back there. I say it's a very good Uruguay team, and I think they're hitting at the right time.
Jose Quintero getting a red card in that match against Uruguay. That's great. So Jose Quintero. So with that, third place teams are lined up as in order: Venezuela, Qatar, and Japan. So hey, maybe Qatar, they can draw Argentina. Maybe they'll get through. Yay! That's okay. There we go. All right, so that'll do it for that. That's our Copa.
I don't know. This is brilliant, right?
Oh yeah.
So we're going up like this, whatever.
All right, on to the news and notes. First, briefly, because there hasn't been too many transfers coming out yet. West Ham signed Pablo Fornals from Villarreal on a 5-year deal. They also have an option for another year on top of that. So 27 million.
Excited in his picture. I'm so happy.
He's very excited to be playing for West Ham. Yeah, good luck, kid. 23 years old, coming over for 27 million pounds. So the second most expensive signing for West Ham. Great. I'm sure it'll help you finish like 9.
I'm very aroused.
On to two actual bigger stories. This one sort of felt like it happened last week, but it officially happened this week. And of course, we got to talk about it. We've been talking about it for literally the last month and a half to 2 months. Maurizio Sarri is officially leaving Chelsea and heading for Juventus. I have.
Kind of underwhelming this week, but it is what
Yeah. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this, Wes. On the one hand, I feel like Sarri was treated very poorly at Chelsea, which is, something they like to do to their managers, apparently. On the other hand, he didn't really help his own cause by being so rigid in his system. I don't know. I don't know if Chelsea's actually better because of this. They officially lost Eden Hazard. As far as I know, they still have a transfer ban in place. It seems like they might be going after Frank Lampard because he's the only one that hasn't officially declined the job yet. I don't know. This feels like a very bad divorce, and I'm not sure who's getting the better end of it. Although I assume it's not Chelsea. I don't see how Chelsea comes off better from this. But I don't know that Sarri, other than just going to a team that's going to win Serie A every year, apparently, is that much better for it either.
As far as Chelsea, it does look like they're going to get Frank Lampard. And for the initial, news release, they're going to win that because, great young English.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do. Will become, I'm just going to assume that he's getting his job. Everything could change by the time this pops tomorrow, but would become the first ever English manager of Chelsea under Roman Abramovich.
Wow. Okay.
Kind of hard to imagine, but when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Lampard's going to be given a grace season because he's not going to be able to bring anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he's lost Eden Hazard, and he's going to have some guys in contract here. So that's one positive for him is basically where most Chelsea managers are given a year. Mm-hmm. He's going to be given 2 years. Obviously, as long as shit just doesn't completely go off the rails.
Sure.
I think even if they finish 5th and miss the Champions League, I still think he'll be back next year. He won't have the same degree of, or we'll say margin of error, that Sarri and former and past managers have had.
Yeah.
For Chelsea, the whole thing is, last summer you were talking about you wanted to bring in a man, put system in place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you went and got Maurizio Sarri, because he had the system, and you were going to put this system in place. And you were going to give him what he needed, and then you didn't give him what he needed. You gave him a little bit of what he needed. He wanted Jorginho.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year in, everybody's throwing a damn fit, and you're happy he's gone. Okay, so what happened to the whole system? What happened? It's basically a wasted year of Chelsea Football Club to try to install this through the academy, through everywhere. And now, he's gone. Okay, we're just going to do something else now.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea's a dysfunctional mess right now.
Yeah.
The only thing saving Chelsea is that one of their neighbors in London is a bigger dysfunctional mess in Arsenal. And then, of course, Manchester United just taking the cake of dysfunctional mess right now. So, for Chelsea, it's going, it's bad, but hey, it could be worse. Just look at Arsenal,
Well,
so, it's not a good situation for Chelsea, and they could struggle coming this year.
Well, you mentioned them, and we'll go to our final news and note here and who knows how true any of this is. We're referencing the Daily Mail for this story, so take this.
But this is just so damn worth it.
Take it with a bit of a grain of salt, but the article headline is Manchester United will offer Paul Pogba up to £500,000 a week in desperate attempt to keep midfielder at Old Trafford amid opening £90 million bid from Real Madrid. Of course, there was also that clip that came out this week of Pogba talking in an interview of saying, maybe it's time for a new challenge, which, as somebody mentioned on Twitter, usually somebody says that when they've actually had a good run someplace, not when they've pretty much failed at their current position. So that's interesting to say. I don't know. Arlo White even said it on Twitter. His heart's just not in it, and I agree with him. I get the optics. I get it. I get it for United. I understand you're not a selling club. I get it, but there's nothing about this that suggests Paul Pogba actually wants to play for Manchester United. So why are you trying so damn hard to keep him? Like this feels like you're bidding against yourself to keep Paul Pogba, and it doesn't make sense. If Real Madrid really want him, just let him go. But it
wouldn't be the first time United have basically bid against themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Manchester United right now, and to me, the biggest thing that it smacks of wanting to keep Paul Pogba is, of all people, Ed Woodward being able to somewhat save face.
Yeah.
Because Woodward pushed so hard to get this move across, and did all these things, move the world to get Paul Pogba. And to him, he doesn't want Pogba to force his way out, and it's a egg on Ed Woodward's face. Mm-hmm. The problem is, if you then turn around and give him £500,000 a week, that's more egg on your face, you damn dummy. I mean, it is freaking insanity what Manchester United are right now. Manchester United are so poorly run at this moment. I mean, they're making the New York Mets competent baseball players.
Yep.
I mean, it is so bad. Whatever happens with Pogba, either if he leaves or you give him £500,000 a week. To me, I think for Manchester United, they are getting point from the post Sir Alex Ferguson era. Mm-hmm. And that includes a club who has had Louis van Gaal and David Moyes as their manager.
Yeah.
And this is the low point. I mean, it is a PR nightmare either way. And that's what United backed themselves in their quarterback. It's a PR nightmare if you give them all that money, because now further alienate, David De Gea. Mm-hmm. You've murdered your wage scale.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you tell anyone else no? Like, ever.
Yeah.
And not only that, you've then, so if you do sign him, oh, cool. You've retained a player whose only desire to stay at your club now is to collect this obscene amount of money. Pogba has never proven that he's ready to die for the shirt.
Yeah.
Paul Pogba, to me, is the ultimate. He's the ultimate ancillary flair player. Mm-hmm. We've talked about. To me, he is a rounded, better Mesut Ozil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean that in a way. I'm not saying Pogba is, because Ozil just doesn't give a shit about anything. Pogba gives a shit, but still not to the level that someone making that amount of money should give a shit.
Yeah.
There's the problem with Paul Pogba. And United are basically giving him the keys to everything. I mean, here's the thing. Are they still making him the captain at this point?
You have to.
I mean, that was announced. I mean, they announced they're going to make him the captain, and then like a week later, the guy comes up. I mean, this is such a PR blunder for United, whatever happens. And then if you sell them, you're going to get tagged as a selling club. I mean, they're literally in a situation with Pogba. But when you look around right now, look at United's business. You're talking about bidding against themselves. They just paid £15.5 million for Daniel James from
Swansea. Yeah.
So 15.5 up front, and then another $5 million in that. So basically, they paid £20 million for a kid who, granted, has pace to burn. You know who the last team who wanted him was? It was Leeds United. I mean, and you know how much Leeds had actually agreed to a fee with Swansea back in December to take the player. Mm-hmm. £7.5 million.
Oh God.
You know how many of the other 6 teams were in on this guy?
Probably none.
None of them.
Yeah.
None of them. I mean, they were. I believe there was one other Premier League team who was in on them, and it was one of the low teams. I mean, it was like Brighton or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
United. God, here's the thing. United had this idea. Part of them had this idea where they want to rebuild with young English talent. And that's a good. I mean, that's an idea. That is a philosophy. I'm not saying it's good or bad at this point, but it's a way to go.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the teams that want to quote build around their English talent are teams that are then looking to sell on that English talent one day because you know you get English premium when you sell them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, well, Tottenham is probably the top 6 team that has done the best building around English talent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we can all agree that Tottenham are a team that eventually look to sell their asset.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a good job of keeping this group together right now. But, I mean, it's kind of accepted that these guys are probably, and they're going to sell them for amazing fees. I mean, just when the day comes to sell Harry Kane, if they sell him to Real Madrid, they're going to get a shit ton of money. We know that. If Dele Alli gets sold, they're going to get a shit ton of money. United are not looking to be that selling team, which kind of, okay, then why are you going British? You go young and British, well, that's a rebuild. But, man, hey, Man United, we don't rebuild.
Yeah.
But then, so you wanna bring all these young guys in, and then you want to give Pogba $500,000. There is no rhyme nor to anything that Manchester United are doing. That's the thing. Do you want to do Galacticos and try to go that route? Do you want to pay the big bucks and try to bring in the big time? Or do you want to do this? Because you're not showing us that you have a way to integrate these two together.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Manchester United that has like the biggest scouting department in the world. The most expensive scouting department in the world. You still play Chris Smalling and Phil Jones.
Yeah.
To go and get a big player right now, United so over the market just because they don't have champion football. Everything's in flux there. There's a rumor that they're throwing a £70 million bid out on. I mean, it's like a 30-plus-year-old striker.
Yeah.
It's just there's no rhyme or reason to what United are doing. Still not going to hire a director of football. They're still going on Ed Woodward. And Solskjaer, who most people figure this Christmas is getting to call some shots.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. I mean, I'm in heaven. Don't get me wrong. I'm in heaven.
Oh, it's great.
I love the direction.
It's great.
Sign them up, boys. Sign them up. It is more than fine. Sign them the hell up. And go pay £60 million for Wan-Bissaka, who's played 18 months in the Premier League. And just scored an own goal.
Yeah. And when you have Diego Dalot, you just bought like last season and plays the same position. Yeah. Yeah.
Good job giving Phil Jones bigger contracts. There was talk about moving Phil Jones, and Phil Jones was like, no, I don't want to go anywhere. It's like, well, why would you?
Exactly. Oh, we love Phil Jones. We really do.
So much. And I love this Manchester United. You guys are my favorite. Thing when it happened with Madrid where the machine broke.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do I want this to end? Because either way, it's going to be either you're going to lose Pogba, who's like the center of your squad, or you're going to give this motherfucker $500,000 a week.
It was great.
And then get pissed when he doesn't run back to play defense.
Amazing.
It's going to be so great. So I need Arsenal Fan TV to come over to Manchester United for a while.
Just for a little bit. Just for the off season. It's great. So that'll do it for news and notes. Let's hit the watch for. Wes, you already alluded to it a little bit earlier, but what have you been watching in the week that was or the week that will be?
So I've got 2 episodes of Justified left.
Oh boy.
So I am planning to finish the Justified series this week. It's just every time it comes on, it's just better so good. About to lose Raylan Gibbons out of my life, and that isn't good for me. But it's been an amazing show. Continue the trip back through the Marvel universe with the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight before tonight's pod, we took in the Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
That's great.
As you know, the Winter Soldier is probably actually my favorite Marvel character.
Mm-hmm.
Such a thing for Sebastian Stan. He's amazing.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man, and oh my goodness, what a finish from Andres Guardado. Mexico
2-0.
2-0 Mexico. So I've been checking that. We both were, because we've been Battle Archer fans this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm still excited to watch Archer. I just have to get time. Maybe this week I'll catch some Archer. What have I seen lately? I think that's what I've seen lately. Speaking of Marvel, because I mean we do quite frequently. Did you read today that they're going to do a?
I did.
Credit scene?
Yes, I'm very interested to see what that's going to be.
It is. Now I don't know if I'm going to go back and see it again.
Mm-hmm.
That I'd like to go to. And I don't know if they're going to bring it back just for. So I might just have to find it, online somewhere. But they have said that's basically what it's going to be. I was hoping, stuff to the movie, and I'd absolutely be all there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is going to be a post-credit, so that's cool. That said, I would go see it a fourth time. Why not?
Why not? It's the best movie of the year.
Why not? Why not?
We got to beat Avatar.
Hell yeah, anything to help me beat Avatar. Avatar's the worst.
So.
So that and our next Marvel movie, Far From Home, and it is just right around the corner at this point.
I know, it's about 2 weeks from now. That'll be coming on out. So that's very exciting. I'm very can't wait to have more Tom Holland in my life.
And that means we're getting close.
Yeah.
To a live addendum pod.
Yay! Can't wait. So let's see. What have I have not been watching that much. I'm trying to think of anything.
Summertime. What do you watch in the summer?
I don't even know.
Watching the Gold Cup right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just what I can.
It's the only thing on at this time.
Yeah, just what I can from that. The odd Red Sox game here and there, and that's about it. So.
I guess if you want to watch it, the NBA draft is Thursday night.
Yay!
Spoiler: Zion's going 1.
Yeah, shocking. Absolute shocker. Oh, well, speaking of shockers, Wes, do we have anything for So Elite Raw this week?
The only thing I kind of have for So Elite Raw this week is actually Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
He of in the football world, he of Fulham fame. His father, of course, the owner of Fulham Football Club. Went on where did my story go? Anyway, I can paraphrase, I think. He went on the Steve Austin show this week, the Steve Austin podcast, which for the last few months has been doing a lot of So first time Steve Austin's put out a new show in a while. And Tony Khan on it stated that when AEW does go on the air, it's going to be a 2-hour show each week.
Okay.
Which, as most of us wrestling fans agree, 2 hours is pretty much the perfect time. And also they're going to do it at live venues.
Oh.
Which means, they're not going to go the TNA route of studio wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go to actual towns each week and do shows in different places,
nice.
Which is much more a WWE style. They're also going to be touring and doing house shows, which was something that TNA really did not.
Mm-hmm.
TNA, you bring them up because they are pretty much the closest competitor to WWE in the last decade. And they're going to run house shows. Now, they're not going to run house show schedule because, my God, nobody can pull that off right now.
Yeah.
But that's something to look forward to. That means coming to your town.
Oh boy.
Hopefully, hey, gets around here. I'll happily swipe me up some tickets and go check out the Bucks and Omega and John Moxley and Chris Jericho. I'll be down with that. So that's really all I got this week. I'm not gonna lie to you folks. I've not kept up with WWE in the last 2 months. I'm a very bad WWE fan. I know we had Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins this past Monday night on Raw. Apparently Rollins won in a really fun match, but I've had a change in DVR, so I don't have it DVR'd every week. It's not been appointment television for me. I hope it gets back to that sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys got work to do. Chris Jericho made a comment this week. He was on Jesse Ventura's show of all things.
Okay.
That there is one, I guess, is what kind of shocks me. But anyway, he kind of made a comment that if basically to paraphrase, because that's what I do. If WWE doesn't get their shit straight, they're going to see more guys leave and jump to WWE.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So as long as AEW can turn revenue over, and those guys can go make good money, I think there's a lot of good talent who would give up some money.
Mm-hmm.
All their money. They would give up some money to be able to go so creative is better, where they're given more freedom to do what they want to do. I mean, I could see that happening. I'm not talking about the Seth Rollins of the world, but John Moxley just went over there. Chris Jericho's there. I don't see the Roman Reigns going over there, but there's a lot of guys who a lot of fans like, and just aren't really being utilized the way they could be right now. And it's an option. That's the thing. And if the ratings come, the money's coming in there, it's going to give a legit second option, which can only help the business, because that's something that we haven't had in nearly is a legit second option. And as we know, competition creates better things.
Absolutely. So, hopefully,
so elite raw.
So there you go. As something has gotten into my throat, but that's okay. I'm so choked up
Don't let me say it. I'm not going to say it.
about what's happening to WWE. That's the route we're going to take with that. That is going to do it for episode 267 of the AFA Pod. Once again, thanks to NGSC Sports, as well as Alicia's Pillows and Things and the Ultimate Sports Channel. Big thanks to our podcast providers, including Podbean.com, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn Radio app, Google Play Music, and the iTunes Music Store. You can find all of them on the internet, as well as on social media. For our social media, on Twitter, as a collective, we are, at AFA Pod. Wes, you are...
I'm at Wes Bradshaw 21.
And I am at Edward Green. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube via our parent show, The All New Sports Show. You can email us at that address as well, allnewsportshow@gmail.com. We'll be back next week for episode 268, where we'll break down more of this amazing Gold Cup. Just amazing stuff. But more seriously, we'll be getting into the knockout stages of the Women's World Cup, as well as Copa America. So... big stuff.
And literally next week, players starting
Yay.
for the season.
Yay. ICC duty, too.
Yeah.
Yay.
And Liverpool will get ready for their crack at 7 trophies. Yes, I'm including the big ones.
Yeah.
Shield and the UEFA Super Cup.
Oh, man. Well...
and as we've always said on this podcast, no trophy.
It's true. You can check the tapes on that one.
Except for the ICC.
Yeah, that. Well, Wes, before we get out of here, is there anything else you'd like to add for the night?
There is. By the time we college baseball will be nearing its end.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we end up doing a show during the. I think we'll probably be doing that again this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll check our schedules. But anyway, we are down at the moment. We are down to 5 teams,
Mm-hmm.
and by this time tomorrow night, we'll be down to 4 teams. Everybody's getting eliminated. Mississippi State and Louisville will play an elimination game. That's going to be a badass baseball game, by the way. That's going to be a lot of fun. And the winner of that will move on to take on Vanderbilt, who is undefeated in bracket 2. And then in bracket 1, as we were doing the show tonight, the illustrious coaching career of Mike Martin at Florida State came to an end as they fell 4-1 to Texas Tech. And Texas Tech will take on, of course, everybody's favorite, that juggernaut, Michigan.
Yep.
What the hell? How is Michigan 2-0?
It's the East Carolina. You wanted East Carolina to make the College World Series. You just didn't know it would be like this.
I'm not getting into that. I'm very
I know.
Carolina deal right now.
It's
Very bitter. Me and Cliff agree. We should have been a damn national seed and got to play at home and not had to play with it. But anyway, digress. Somehow Arkansas went 0-2. So right now, Vanderbilt and Michigan are controlling their destinies. Texas Tech, Mississippi State, and Louisville are all going to have to win 2 games to try to get to the final. But man, college baseball is just freaking great.
Oh yeah.
As it always is. We love college baseball. And yeah, I think Vanderbilt's probably your favorite going forward here. But we'll see. Big Ten with a chance to get a baseball title. That hasn't happened in a very long time.
Very interesting little note here. If it does become Vanderbilt versus Michigan in the final series, that would be former assistant coach versus head coach partnership, as Tim Corbin, the head coach of Vanderbilt, once had Eric Bakich, who's the current head coach of Michigan, as an assistant.
Pirate.
Yes, Pirates. Both of them were actually also on Clemson's staff at one point. But if those two teams meet, it would be literally student versus the master, which would be pretty interesting.
I would be so torn in that because I can't stand Michigan. Damn it, I like Eric Bakich. So that's going to be a toughie for me, but I might have to actually play Michigan.
Never blue. So
unless you're playing Ohio State, who I actually hate more.
That's true. So with that, we will bid you adieu for episode 267 of the Foreign Affair podcast. From McCall Crime, West Bradshaw, I am Edward Green. Thank you so much for joining us here. We'll catch you guys next week. Until then, stay safe and enjoy the football, except for the Gold Cup. Who cares?
And good night, Argentina. Just think about it.
God.
Just think about it.
God, if they
So
get
bad.
if they get knocked out, oh God.
So bad. I mean,
This show is sponsored by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out the Facebook page, Alicia's Pillows and Things, where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. Check out the pillows and stools of your favorite sports teams. Maybe you want a set of your kid's favorite cartoon or movie character. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to NGSCsports.com and go to the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage to complete your order. It makes a great gift for Christmas at an affordable price. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on NGSCsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.